The World Rally Championship is a truly global event and includes all types of terrain and locations. So, where the cars go, the service parks must follow. How do the teams provide the backup, hospitality and communications needed to run a successful WRC team? For Subaru, it all starts at Prodrive in Banbury in England. Here, world champion Petter Solberg has a brand new car prepared for each rally. After a final once-over from team mechanics, his car, along with one for teammate Mikko Hervinen, and £1 million worth of spares, data monitoring systems, communications and service park infrastructure are loaded onto a fleet of trucks ready for the journey. The rally in Sardenha is a new location for the WRC. For Subaru, this means the convoy has to leave Banbury on a Thursday, a week before the rally's due to start, making their way down to Folkestone for the Eurotunnel crossing to Calais. After an overnight stop in the town and another one halfway through France in Mâcon, they arrive in Marseille, where they take the overnight ferry to the Mediterranean island, arriving with many other of the WRC teams in the northern port of Porto Torres on the following Monday. Finally, a drive across to the east side of Sardinia and the service park in Olbia, ready for the setup on the Tuesday before the rally.
The logistics of the World Rally Championship are mind-blowing. We'd love to take the full show everywhere, but there's no way that we could ship all this sort of hospitality facility around the world. So that this level of show that we've got here in Sardinia, you'd only find in the European mainland events.
It's probably much easier long haul because all the air freight is collected in Banbury and the rally cars, and then they disappear and they arrive in the workshop when we arrive in a long haul event, so it's very simple. If we come into Sardinia, you've got all the vehicles on the road from about 4 days before the event and for 5 days after the event, so the long haul is very easy to control. It's the European ones, you know, anything from a vehicle could break down, you could have a problem, you miss the boats, things like that.
On the way down here we did have a problem. This truck actually behind us, it's had the fan go on us, a viscous fan. So every time we come to a hill, it started to overheat. Got the tools out, took it off, went to the dealers, and we fixed the problem. We
don't bring every conceivable spare part, because obviously there are some parts of the car, you know, you don't bring a spare roof or whatever, but obviously we bring spares of all the mechanical parts. Some parts we bring more than one spare, you know, you think things like suspension components, they can get damaged several times during a rally. So there probably is something like £1 million worth of stock on the trucks of various spares.
The normal way is we do stay in hotels. We usually find the better quality hotels, mainly because of the secure parking for the trucks, because of the amount of the equipment, what we carry, and the cost of the trucks.
All the equipment you see here, there's one truck which basically has all the hardware for the ground, for all the maintenance of the cars, etc., all the hospitality areas. And then the main 2 trucks have all the infrastructure of the team, all the spare parts, the 2 rally cars, management areas, etc. And then there's one transporter which is just complete with cars, which is the practice cars, which is 4 of. We're allowed to use 3, but we bring 4 in case we've got a problem, the management cars, etc.
The setup of the service area starts with each team being allocated a specific plot. Within this space, the trucks are arranged, the awnings erected, and the equipment put out, ready for the team to provide the drivers with the best support possible. Attention to detail is necessary, as the service area will be the shop window to the world. Finally, the cars are offloaded, and the show is ready to begin.
We're not just solely driving trucks, we get to work on the cars as well, and it's great, you know, being part of the team.
The goal is to win. The goal when we arrive is to have the best presentation possible and look the most professional.
But at the end of the day, this massive support system is in place to ensure that Subaru's drivers are able to compete and win in the world's toughest motorsport.